Det giver ingen mening.
Sådan, for nu kan I høre mig, og det kan de andre lige om lidt også. Sådan, så er vi live, så kan folk høre.
Så bliver der helt stille.
Men, undskyld folk. Men det her, det er fordi, at jeg har sat push to talk på, men jeg skal være inde på Discorden, for at den registrerer jeg trykker knappen ned. Og så derfor, så, hvis jeg går væk til noget andet, så holder den op med det. Men vi er så live, og de kan godt høre nu, det er bare lige, så I ved det.
Well, does anybody want to give a quick recap of our first session last week? No? Nobody?
Ikke nogen?
I can do it, but I'm waiting. Yes. We were in Borrego.
Undskyld. Hej Dorte, velkommen til.
It all started. We were invited to a grand party. And at the same time, we have got information about the Elven princess being kept hostage.
Hej Dorte.
So we decided to split the party by having some going to the party, and with help of magic try to give the impression that we are all still at the party, whilst others were trying to do a jailbreak. The party first didn't went that well. We were discovered that Jared's apprentice would use disguise self to show, try to give the impression that she was something else. But at the time when she was Arnak's father came and got her to rise, and it was quite obvious that there was not a dwarf. And then that went downhill fast. At the same time, in the jailbreak, it was more kind of a trap where this illusionary sentinel image showed some possibilities of the future, trying to get the privateers to do the general development company's bidding, which we more or less refused. Took the princess and hurry out of there, and while the others also ran from the party, giving a chase to the boat, so to say. Few fireballs later, and a mass suggestion spell made our heroes, or what we should call ourselves, criminals, get to the privateers to get to the ship and head out. But on the upside, we did manage to get the princess with us, as well as one of her
Nobles.
nobles. Yes.
Members of
On the ship, there was some talk about between Jared and Arnak and Cedric and Nessie, talking about what's now, or are we joining forces, and somewhat. And it seems like for now we have a mutual agreement to follow the princess in the fight against the Eternal Flame. At this stage, we decided to, the first order of day was to get Nessie back to a better age, so to say, and not reverse aging, so she can be the captain that we need in order to this to go down. Jared has have used some time on making a ritual regarding several spells, but the princess had some ideas of how we might able to tweak it to make it a better chance of success. And for that, we also need some material components that the princess know we can find at this sties, where I think it was some teeth. Sorry, I forgot the name of the teeth. And a tome, a Sequence Sephiroth tome. Nice, easy wording. The problem with that tome is that no one has never ever succeeded in opening it. That cannot be a problem for our master chief, Cedric. Or maybe it's magic. Who knows? When we have two magic users, maybe that can help. But so we ended the game with the ship changing course, heading to this town for the sake of doing this, getting these components.
Jeg håber, I kan følge med
Yes.
for den, så ellers må jeg spørge, hvis der er et eller andet.
And on your journey there, the princess explains how to meet her contact. If you make it clear that one of you is an elf, the Styes is the kind of place where you can go to certain
Lando
taverns to where you would draw some attention, and
Sådan, Lando.
that's how the contact would
Hej, Lando.
know,
Velkommen til.
and would also show up. Who's who's on the lookout on the ship?
Crow's Nest, ikke mig.
What time of day is it?
Det kan jeg
Afternoon.
godt. De skal
I
en
guess
dværg op i en
Cedric could be.
Crow's Nest, nej tak.
Can you do a perception check?
Møder vi nogle skib.
I can.
Hvad så, Lando? Går det godt? Har du det godt? Ja.
The night before we get to town, Jared would like to take a short talk with Arnak.
All right. Go for it.
Nu skal jeg snakke for 2 sekunder.
Anek, I think we should discuss what spells we prepare for this, because there's so many spells and so few we can actually prepare. And maybe we should talk a little about it, so we don't so we can cover more different kind of spells and not taking the same, so to say.
I agree. But did you have anything in mind? Mit engelsk er dårligt, folk, så jeg beklager.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going to come to pass. So there's a lot of different things we might think about. I definitely think that both of us should have a dimension door ready, because then we can all four get away. And then I am thinking about that. I, of course, take Matt's suggestions again, so if we get into trouble. But I will also have summon aberrations, so I can, if we get into close combat, there's none of us that is really into being the front liner, then I can summon a slat, very useful creature that I have used a lot of times, to be the front. But that's kind of like then sums up my concentration. So I'm thinking crowd control and something like that could be on you. Hypnotic pattern, something maybe.
I got the hypnotic pattern.
Yeah. And maybe if you have dispel magic, I don't have to take it.
Yeah.
And then I can keep counter spell. So I do the counter spell and you do the spell magic.
Yeah. So me counters dispel magic.
Yes.
And you counter spell.
Yeah. I will take hypnotic pattern as well. But then I can take major image, for example. So then we can, if we need to get some kind of distraction, I can do that. If you could take enchant ability and detect thoughts as well.
Detect thought is, it's always active, so no problem.
Yeah, I thought so. And then I have invisibility.
Invisibility. And I have greater invisibility.
Well, that's great, because I do not
but
have
it's only
that
one
on...
person.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the greater is too short anyway. And I have taken arcane eye as well, so I can send forward some eyes, so to say.
Yeah.
But I think if you divide it up like that, it's okay.
I have my cat for that.
I would rather use your cat most of the time, because that is a 4th level, so that's kind of... I don't want to use... No. I want to use that for the slat and dimension door. I think we are okay, and then you take what you think is best for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Cool. Great talk.
All right.
So,
prepare your
jeg kan ikke huske, hvad han har sagt til mig.
No, it's good. Your story, your game. So very nice.
Det var sidste gang, der var vi
and eventually, Cedric, you can see the city in the distance. And when you get a little closer, you can see that the city's kind of built in the outlet of this river. As shown on the map.
So.
And it's quite dilapidated. It looks like it's made out of wood, which is slowly being rotted away by the weather and the sea. And with your high perception, you also notice that part of the city does seem to already have been inundated. Farther along the coast,
Der er mudder over det
when you
hele.
get close enough, farther along the coast, you
yeah.
can see what appears to be the spire of a church sticking out of the water. It's quite hard to see, but with your high perception, you noticed it.
Interesting. Is it anything I should warn our captain about?
Han er selv sømand, han burde jo vide det selv.
It does seem like we are like. Actually, I think I will just warn our captain that there might be buildings in the water.
I think the
Han burde
idea
selv
was
vide
taking the boat in, the small boat in, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Sure, then maybe you should tell the captain
Yeah.
that you're approaching and that you should stop.
Yeah.
Role play.
Yeah, well, I'm shouting down. I don't think the boat is so big that you can't shout.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jeg råber.
Land in sight. Captain.
Leslie nods up to Cedric, and then I make like eye contact with Norm, who's next to me, because this is like unknown water. So he will like softly walk around the deck and tap shoulders and shout down in the hold, like, but quiet, because we don't know what we're getting ourselves into. So slowly, Gloria will stop, and we will, I guess, throw anger and get jolly into the water.
Well, the crew labors swiftly, professionally, and you quickly find the four of you in the Jolly.
If anyone wants mage armor on, Gina will gladly cast it on you.
Can you write in the chat which enchantments you've cast for the day? Who cast them?
Gina cast mage armor on Jared. Anyone else want it?
No, thank you.
Nope.
You don't want armor on, so I didn't think so. Just
You have some water breathing running as well?
yes.
Hej Miwa, velkommen til.
All crew members and everyone has water breathing on, cast by Jared, Gina, and Arnak. So we are
Yeah.
dividing up the
You
shares.
you can just note it, that's fine.
On the way, when we're in the little jolly boat, Anax also cast this one.
Actually, I'd like the mage armor. It's better than the one I have on me.
You get, then you have to take your armor off.
Sure.
Han skal have mage armor i stedet for sådan.
It's basically just it's just a leather armor.
Oh, you had me in border start.
I have a studded leather armor, but it's still
It's still one better.
Jeg skal lige finde ud af, hvem de snakker til. Det er sådan lidt.
Ja.
Hej Miwa,
Let me know I
velkommen
can,
til.
then Jared can do it
Vi er jo
afterwards.
bare ind til en
But
by,
it
vi
lasts
skal
for
have
8
en
hours.
bog. Det er det, vi ved lige nu.
So it's only the four of you who go ashore?
I can't
I
remember
don't
how
think we
many.
should go ashore too many people. I think we should leave most of the crew on the ship.
But
At
one
least to keep
question:
it safe or secure.
we were going to an inn, and one of us should be an elf, but none of us are an elf. So should we have the noble woman with us, or is that too much? Or should we just disguise ourselves as an elf?
I don't think it's a place for a noble woman.
Jeg har disguise.
Let's bring.
Ikke nu,
do we
Miwa,
have
vi
other
arbejder på det.
elves?
Det er kompliceret, det her, hvis vi
I
skal
don't.
redde hende.
No, you actually notice that this elven ship is steered by humans.
Fordi jeg har en disguise self, men jeg kan jo ikke kaste den på...
Well, I'm
And
not
at first-
human, so
But at first, it
Not an
didn't
elf.
bother you because you sailed to Ithilden aboard it and back to Cillia aboard it. But now you kind of notice that it was a bit of a cover.
Ah. Damn. Well, maybe we should bring that elven noble then.
Well,
Either we
maybe
do
we
that,
should ask her first.
or we
Yeah,
we
we'll
have
probably
a.
have to.
Nessie has a hat of disguise. He can look like an elf. Jared can cast disguise self and look like an elf.
Sure.
Anna can cast disguise self, but I don't think he will look like an elf.
You will be a little too small an elf.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Not sure how big Nessie is from 7-year-old. Are you big enough?
Well, I don't think Nessie wants to disguise herself after the party.
Okay.
Ej, det gik galt for
but-
hende, da hun skulle glæde sig til festen.
Discriminating.
Very much.
What did the princess says about the inn? As if we came, as we need one to came as an elf, right?
Yes.
The problem is if Jerry is the one looking like an elf, he's the one that needs to talk.
Yeah,
That's not gonna go.
bad.
That's not gonna go well.
How tall
then-
is Cedric?
But
Can
we
you
cannot
cast disguise on-
we have the. You can borrow the hat maybe, but then you have to attune to it. Isn't attunement?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Fuck, vi har ikke nogen elver. Vi skal bruge en elver, vi har ikke nogen.
We can.
I'll just show it. Here you go. It does.
No. Yeah,
requires
it is.
That's also a possibility. If Jared is the one looking like an elf and doing the talking, then I will appreciate enchant abilities from Arnak on charisma. They're not gonna go well. But
It's not a spell I have prepared, sorry.
I thought.
But if I cast a raise telepathic bond as a ritual, then Cedric could, then Cedric could maybe help you.
Yeah, maybe we should just let me attune to that item.
I think that's the best.
I think that's probably the smartest.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
But
an
you're
hour
only
spent.
borrowing.
Yeah.
Only borrowing. You get
Yeah.
it?
Yes, I would still like you to remove it from your equipment, Nessie. And Cedric, you can
Ej, jeg
drag and
tænkte,
drop
hvis
it
vi
from your
mister den,
compendium.
mand. Ej,
Yeah.
det kunne være så sjovt lige nu.
Like that. I know where it is. Then it's up to you to remember that you bought it.
Makes sense.
Hun ser den aldrig den hat igen, det er jeg sikker på.
Cedric, no?
Oh, and by the way, I
Fuck,
rolled
yeah,
a 3
yeah.
on the Shanorama, so I have 3
Ja.
birds.
Nice.
Lidt magi miver, så kommer vi langt her.
All right. So no elves. Well, as you sail in the jolly towards the skies, Arnak he does something that Jared and Nessie have experienced before, or
Det er
have some
et
experience
ritual.
with. The whole art of psionic abilities is not alien to the two of you, and apparently Arnak also has some affinity with it. Arnak, when you tap into these psionic powers, you sense a great evil nearby. Kind of get a black and red kind of flash of a large alienating monster. But your spell succeeds, and you connect with the others as you sail into the skies. And of course, you can discuss what you just witnessed. But I would also like one of you to show where you sail to, which tavern you go to.
Can I sense from which direction this comes from?
No, you couldn't sense the direction. Only that it's nearby. You're not even sure what nearby means.
I'll share it with the others. So
Go on.
Alright, yeah, did anybody feel that?
Feel what?
There was some kind of evil presence. I don't know from where or what it was, but it was just when I cast the spell. Yeah, I sensed something. So just be on your guards.
Sure.
Jeg skal lige ind i det her. Det er så lang tid, når jeg er pisse
And
træt af.
strangely enough, this conversation kind of happens telepathically now that you're linked.
Oh. Cedric hardly realizes he's not talking.
So who decides which tavern you go to? Is that the captain?
Of course.
No.
And, can you point on a building somewhere which is the tavern that you go to?
Vi ved ikke, hvad der er.
I
Jeg
feel
ved
like
ikke, hvad
it's
der
the
er.
guy who stole my disguise hat.
If you
He
look at
like
me,
puffs to Cedric like, you saw something in the water. You know where to go. Come on. Come on, Cedric.
Cedric has transformed himself into an elf, or disguised himself as an elf.
So you should look like you know where we are going,
Yeah.
right?
Apparently.
It's a human city or a Cillian city. Human halflings and dwarves primarily.
Yeah. Which
Shall
makes
we,
it strange for an elf to sort of.
That's
lead
why
through it.
it attract the attention of the princess's contact.
Shall we check this area?
Let's go there then.
All right, I'll find the tavern in that area. Where's
Princess didn't say anything about where we
No,
could find that.
it didn't matter which tavern.
Range.
All right.
Rune fede dværg. Nej, den har vi været ved jo.
So you like sail in here this way. I'll be able to see this in a second.
Jo, det kan godt være. Undskyld, hvis jeg virker lidt træt, men det
Something like that.
er en hård
We'll do
dag.
that.
Ja, nu kører vi. Der er fat.
So you sail through this. It almost looks like a swamp of a city, but there are people. There's lots of boats. It's quite grimy, muddy, moldy, misty. And you come into the heart of the city and sail towards an area that looks a little more attractive than the rest of town. Clearly, this part is the more upper end, and even then, it still looks wet and moldy and decrepit. At least to a certain extent. You make your way into a tavern. You've picked one of the nicer ones, and you do this, of course, after paying for having your ship, the Jolly, docked here. You come into a very nice, posh, kind of fancy tavern. And people who kind of really stare at Nessie and Cedric, who look completely out of place.
Det ser ikke ud, som de plejer. Hvad gør vi?
Well, I'm looking around for anyone who seems like they might be of interest to us.
Do an insight check. You look around and
Okay.
you are certain that
Han kender os.
none of these people. You're pretty sure that from the princess's description, it's a question of sitting down, waiting maybe even a few marks before whoever the contact is the one contacting you.
Well, then Cedric walks in, hoping the others follow.
Yes.
Tries to find a table.
Is there a stage?
No.
Ah.
Is there a table that we could take?
Yeah. There's some very nice booths with tables and benches and
Then
flowers. And
Cedric seats the people there, and then he walks to the tavern keep.
Mhm.
Orders some beer.
you order some ale, and you're familiar with Cilia, so the tavern keep clearly simply assumes that you are slave to one of the two gentlemen over there.
I
And-
try to play my part in it.
Go for it, do a deception check. You can do it with advantage, I believe.
Han
with your
er
hand of
forklædt som
disguise.
elver, det går ikke godt.
I don't think it's actually the case. It just gives the disguise self spell.
Yeah, but it helps you. So it gives you advantage because you look the part.
Yeah, I believe.
I'm gonna give you a guidance on that.
Han skal bare tro, at han er en
Nobody has
slave.
to know.
Det er sådan, det
Enchants you as you make your way up to the barkeep.
And we said it was a deception check.
Deception check, yes.
Oh, my roll 20 sucks today.
With guidance.
Yes.
Jeg glæder mig. Jeg håber, vi på et tidspunkt får lavet nogle
Oh,
kort til det her. Det er i hvert fald planen for
Solid.
os.
The right man to the job.
Så vi kan få
I
nogle,
think
så
World
I
20
kan være med til
is
at påvirke
working
spillet.
fine today. I've rolled 17, 19 and 20.
Ja, det er det godt. Det starter godt,
You
men
have
jeg har ikke heller ikke
experience
rullet endnu.
with elven slaves, which is a common practice in Cilia. So you know exactly how to act. And you return to your table with the ale. And you sit there bonding a little over the table. Make the time pass. I don't know if there's anything specific any of you wish to describe.
On the stage.
Du bliver solgt for noget.
I think Cedric is. I'm keeping an eye out for the rest of the inn. If there's someone who's particularly looking at us, or more like suspiciously looking at us, because we're probably a strange group. But if someone is like watching us, I'd like to try and figure that out.
Sure, you keep an eye out. You're more of the paranoid type. I don't know about the rest. Well, yes, I know about Nessie, who's really bummed out that there's no stage.
Well, is there like a clearing on the floor or in the corner or something that you could make?
I'm sure that she could make an area where she goes over somewhere and she starts like moving a table away away to make space.
Yeah. I'm gonna like make waters and then take one of my swords up and make fire but like pretty and like sweet and like be entertaining. Like,
Jeg elsker Nisse.
she's still
Jared will be sitting with his spell book, looking into the spell book, but at the same time he will cast minor illusion for kind of like some music for the performance then Nessie is making.
Jared always have my back.
Always.
Nice.
Even when you as a kid play. He will have your back.
Hvad var der poppet op?
When I prepared this session, I had a more shady tavern in mind, so maybe the image doesn't suit the atmosphere exactly.
Okay,
is
det er
still,
lidt mere dyster, end jeg lige havde forestillet mig.
Downtrodden area, even though it's the more high-end part of town. You're in.
But they need to look at something pretty because otherwise their lives are just miserable. Like they live in a mud pot. Come on.
And you do a performance check.
Ja, gå Nessie. Nessie skal
You're
nok
not even
klare.
giving her advantage with my help. Oh. Oh, it would not help anyway.
La 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 la.
We've got a
Hun
child
er
acting here.
fuldstændig ligeglad med, hvordan hun
A
optræder.
child acting out, yeah.
It's sort of, the school
12 is
performances.
12 is okay. It's a little.
Hey, I'm juggling
little-
like swords and
it's a
different elements.
So,
and
so maybe this is why this image on Roll20 and not of a high-end place don't fit into a high-end place. Not with a kid kind of trying to, well, not with a kid making a whole scene. So less than a mark, you get kicked out of the tavern.
For fanden, vi bliver smidt ud.
they didn't like it. I don't understand why didn't they like it. I had really been practicing so hard.
Yeah, and if your mother had been there, she would have been proud of you.
I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult. I don't remember my mother. I don't know if she would have been proud.
Other comments.
Are we trying this one or this one over here?
Let's try this one over here.
Yeah, I would also say like
This one?
closer to the open sea. Never
This one?
know when you need to run.
Apparently not.
So this one.
Yeah.
Vi har fundet næste, det er fint.
I am just going to check a little thing
Tjek, tjek, tjek.
just to make sure I don't skip
Rem-
something important.
And remember, if anything goes really wrong, Anak,
Fireball.
always fireball. And then, Anak, you take Cedric, I will take Nessie, and we will get the hell out of there.
Nobody is taking me anywhere. And she sounds like a peacock. Like, I can take care of myself.
Are you sure you can?
Well,
Hey,
you,
who was the giant snake that just saved Gina a couple of days ago? I'm just asking.
I don't know. I didn't see that.
No, because you disappeared. Like you always do.
But I was the one burning down the town to get out of this distraction so we can get home.
I'm not sure that's a positive thing.
Vi prøver bare byen
I
ned, vi
thought
er nødt til at
so.
slippe væk. Kast nogle fireballs, det er fint.
walking down a dark, wet pier with like a lantern hanging, dangling in the mist, with the sun slowly setting, making it evening.
Ooh.
Talking about your adventures.
Nice. Oh well, can we find a tavern in that area?
Yes, one that fits my image,
Ah,
and one who much more appreciates Nessie's performance than the previous one. On your way, you kind of left the expensive part of town.
Jeg synes godt, det kunne have
One
været.
thing that kind of stood out was the size of the buildings, because everything seems like it's falling apart. Even these larger wooden mansions, they also look almost abandoned and some in ruins. You'd guess. Maybe, maybe not. Hard to tell. But now you've come down to the poorer parts of town again, where the buildings are smaller, and so is the tavern here, smaller. But it also seems more to your type. You see half orcs here. They are treated just as slaves, just like elves are, and you kind of fit in a little more, which is also why they enjoy Nessie's performance better.
Yay.
And where the music in the high end was more of a vile kind of like, this is more like.
No. Mira,
here
Nej,
Cedric
nej.
is more on the lookout for
fordi
pickpockets.
Nessie er et barn på 7 år, så det får du hende ikke til.
What's your passive? What's your passive? Roll a perception. I can see what your passive is out from that.
Så det Miver, det foreslår du ikke, det der. Fy,
Ah, det.
Miver.
Oh, I didn't have guidance, so
Ah,
20.
det går
Oh, no,
ikke.
it's fine. It's fine. Well, yes, you do catch a kid trying to steal from you. You can't grab his arm. What do you want to do with the kid?
I hand him a silver and say, go off and stop stealing here.
He runs off with your silver.
Så kommer der 45 andre børn.
After Nessie's
Nej, 7 år.
performance,
Jeg tror kun hun er 7 år.
when Nessie
Hun
needs
er
a
ikke særlig
break
gammel. Prøv lige.
and sits down, a very kind of a mysterious but very handsome, well-groomed woman dressed in black and red leather armor comes over to your table and sits down and says, we don't get many of your kind here.
No, I don't see anyone else here either.
She also looks at Nessie, who also standing out.
Nessie's just looking. Like, she's so tired of being discriminating. So, like, say one more thing, and I will cut you.
What brings you to us then?
Well, what brings you to the skies?
We're looking for people.
You're looking for what?
And then see it probably anyway.
We're looking for people.
For people.
Yeah, and things.
What kind of people and things?
Well, we're looking for a tome
Home.
and some tooths.
Have you
Teeth.
seen where you are?
Yeah, but we've heard rumors.
Well, maybe you can find some teeth, but a tome?
You never know. You never know. What about you? How you know why we're here?
You look like the sort that are looking for work.
That's a very nice opportunity.
Well, if you're interested, kind of glares a little at you.
Hmm. Well, it depends. What kind of work?
Some, hush hush. Look into things. Maybe take care of some things.
We can take care of things. But you gotta be more specific.
Just want to make sure that you're gonna take the job.
Ah. But we can't take the job before we know what the job is.
And it's a little hard to give you the job if I don't know if you'll take it.
Well, I'm sure that you trust us. Cedric is using his ability to charm people who's not hostile towards him.
Do they
Der
get
er
a
endnu
save?
et det.
Just have
Insight.
to look up the ability. Just a second.
Jeg kunne måske godt rulle. Jeg har plus 5 i insight.
Just opening the stats.
Jeg tror bare, Anna
I
kan
get
sådan kigge.
a wisdom insight versus my charisma persuasion. Contested by. If they don't succeed, they will be charmed by me for 1 minute. But it's not a spell.
No, it's fine. Go for it.
He's just that charming.
Ja,
det er der ikke nogen af os, der gør mere, fordi hun er i...
Why do I? Oh,
Der er ikke nogen af os, der sådan er... Eller jeg kan sige, Jared lidt er ligesom ham, der holder hende...
I just needed to know what I was supposed to roll.
Hi.
That's bad.
Bare rulle høj. Rulle høj på...
Okay.
Men det er...
She kind of leans
Jared.
back and nods. She says, okay. Well, for months now, a local human fisher named Jarm Loveage has been committing brutal murders in the district, fueling dread. Jarm carried a lantern on all his grisly nocturnal harvests, you see, and his horrible work became attributed to a faceless terror called the Lantern Ghost. And as the killings mounted, residents of the skies understandably grew increasingly frightened. So, 7 days ago, Jarm was captured. Ran into a nighttime patrol while holding a bloody knife in his hands. He, of course, professed his innocence. It wasn't me. And in the asylum where he spent his last days, he scrawled images onto the walls, disturbing images that came from his dreams, or so he said. Images of ravenous, tentacled, alien-like creatures devouring the skies and the city beyond. Not even the pleas of his sister and the local priest named Rephraim were enough to save him in the end. And it was only yesterday that he dangled from the executioner's noose.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I think we want to take that job.
With Jarm's death, the skies all breathed a collective sigh of relief. But as you've already understood where the story is going, this relief is destined only to be short.
Det kan godt være, det er sanset.
I hear you already understand that Jarm seems innocent of his crimes.
Something sounds like it.
And I believe the real killer is still out there. It may do to someone else what they did to Jarm.
I guess you want us to look into this and figure out who the real killer is.
Yes, I recommend you meet with Master Rephraim, the local priest, who has much more information about Loveage and the murders.
What will there be a reward for this?
Well, if you find the real murderer, bring the culprit to justice, I'll reward you with 500 platinum pieces.
It's a respectable.
And if you want some teeth, I can.
Yeah, it's not just any kind of teeth. That's
Vi skal ikke kun have to
but, I think we will look into it. You said Master Rephraim.
Yes.
We'll talk with him.
And just to for the DM to make sure that he understood it, you did mention the title of the tome you were looking for, or didn't you mention it?
I actually didn't mention it.
No.
Didn't want to mention that in the middle of a tavern.
All right.
Sort of. Yeah, I know it's difficult to find the people who can give us, bring us to it, but on the other hand, going around showing off that you're looking for a very rare tome is.
Nej, det kan ikke gå galt.
And for the rest of the party, remember that you have a telepathic bond, so you are able to communicate without
Um,
I hope you
Jared is
say. Tell
the-
me if there's something you want me to say.
Jared, after you're done talking, Jared talks in your mind saying, that's another way of searching for tome and teeth, but
Cedric says back that, I think we ought to get a bit around this town. To
don't
find-
get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think you did good.
I would just like to know what is the name of this individual.
You don't need a name.
We didn't get a name of
Yeah.
that individual.
We didn't give our names. He didn't give her name.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
what-
Cedric didn't ask for it because Cedric knew that
what
it
will
wasn't
we
the kind
do
of
when-
transaction where you name yourself.
No, but
Fine.
what do we do when we have completed this?
I'm pretty
we-
sure she
this
finds
task?
us.
Okay.
Or we find her here again.
Ja,
She leaves.
Cedric is quite certain that what kind of transaction this is, and he's not feeling too like. He knows the type of people who seeks out people without mentioning anything about who they are. They usually find you afterwards, some way or the other.
Det her, det er så nyt,
So
jeg kender
your
slet ikke til sådan noget her.
Larry's telepathic bond lasts an hour, and
Yep.
it's about to run out. So it'll soon run out. So I think we should just remove it for now.
Okay. Jeg kan
Okay,
stadigvæk
it's a ritual,
telepæt.
right?
It's a ritual, ja.
But it takes time, and
Just-
casting it in the middle of a tavern
Ja.
is sort of suspicious.
No, yeah, that's fine.
Det er ikke sjovt, hvis vi har den hele tiden på. Nogle gange
Should
så skal
we
den også
seek
være af.
out Master Referent?
Yes.
He's
Now,
of
or
course
do you
giving
want
you
the
the
day of it?
directions to Master Ephraim.
Yeah, okay. I assume that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Det var Jamé. Var det ikke Jamé Love Age? No,
He
Hey,
did.
that was
Jamé
the
Lovett,
that was
he
the
was
one.
the-
who was
He
killed.
was the killer.
He was the
Oh,
killer.
he wasn't the killer, or maybe he is.
Maybe and maybe not. And we have to go to talk to Rifum.
I'll
Let's
do,
go talk to Rifum.
this and like can I do like this? There we go. A token and a number.
We get a token on the bar as well.
Except I don't have the. Do you have a name for the bar? For the two bars.
Okay.
Har vi et navn?
The drowning boatsman is the one we.
We
Found
just
her in.
been. Yeah.
Drowning boatsman.
Silky layer for the other one.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's fine.
Det er nogle gode navne, vi har fundet på.
The drowning boatman.
Yeah.
The silky layer.
Jeg håber, du nyder det, Miver. Og
Maybe it should be the drowned.
jer andre, der ser med.
Nej, drowning er bedre.
Okay.
Han er i gang med at drukne.
Ja, fair.
Det er det, du laver der. Du drukner dig i øl. Altså,
Ja, ja.
Jeg kan lide det.
Drukner dine sover, ja.
Ja, præcis.
Prøver. Det er godt.
So it's just down the pier. Oh, look at that.
Jeg har et problem, jeg har for mange spells efterhånden. Der er virkelig mange
Giv dem the
spells,
hat
jeg
to
skal,
Cedric.
skal finde ud af, hvad er værd at kaste.
The result wouldn't have been the similar if it was.
So my roll for inside. Nope.
Yeah. Cedric is very much at home in that kind of stuff. Like, except he's not very good at deception.
1 minut, den er altså... det bliver
You come
sjovt.
to the workshop where you
Jeg har
get
en spil, jeg
directed
skal
to,
prøve her på et tidspunkt, når vi skal i
and,
kamp. Det bliver så sjovt.
do you just enter, or do you knock, or fly in with it?
I knock on the door.
We knock.
You know, you hear a man inside call out for you to come in.
We enter.
You enter a cluttered home. The air here smells thick of grease, and there's lots of half-finished doodads about. Hundreds of books that line every shelf and even lay on the tables. This is like Jared's paradise. Not as good as the library, Graven Hollow, but it's a good place. There's a tiny bed that doesn't take up too much space for the scrolls and books. It still allows someone to sleep here. And it also serves a bit as a bookcase, because now that he's up and about, he's kind of tossed books onto it. And the man itself is a slight, kind of bent figure. He's wearing simple gray clothing, and he speaks in short, kind of excited gasps. Yes, how may I help you?
We are people looking for work, and we were sent here by someone presumed to be associated with you.
Associated with me?
Maybe. It's in regards to Jam Lovage.
Det er et godt sted, Miv, og det er også der, hvor Jared elsker det.
Oh. What do you mean as associate?
I don't know. She just seemed to know that we had to go to you.
He kind of, steps away, steps behind a table to use that as a means to keep you a bit at a distance.
Don't worry about us. You should have knowledge about these murders and this Jam Lovage.
I do. I even attended his execution yesterday.
Yeah.
You see, he kind of, he's clearly saddened when he mentions it. He tries to keep up a brave face, but
it's come to our attention that he might not have been the murderer.
Oh, he had no alibi for the murders.
No. A lot of people don't have an alibi for a lot of situations.
Why do you want to help Garm?
Well, someone gave us a job, and I don't have any qualms with him if he didn't murder a lot of people.
No, not telepathic. Gerald just say out. Also, if it wasn't the murder, then the real murder is around. Can have that.
Exactly. I think it's worth looking into other options.
He kind of. Well, can you do a persuasion check?
Sure.
Jared doesn't really find anything of interest. He's clearly the type of person who can start a project or something, but doesn't finish it. And unfortunately, that holds him back because if he could see things through, he would clearly be a kindred spirit to Jared with his interest in knowledge and books and apparently also his lack of social affinity. You can do the plus 1d4 on the persuasion.
Jeg skal bruge en eddie, for det er vel ikke nødvendigt.
24. Well, he steps around the table and kind of moves closer. He kind of sits down at a chair, clearly having opened up, and he says, "I'm sorry, but they came to me, and I was afraid that maybe you also came for me. They threatened me with incarceration. See,
How come?
if I didn't leave matters alone, they would incarcerate me.
And who are they?
The militia, of course.
The militia.
Yes,
And
yes.
what would they incarcerate you for?
Well, after the execution, I offered my ability to cast to use my magical affinity to speak with Jarm's dead body.
Hmm.
To learn the truth. You see, a body cannot lie. A soul can lie, but a body cannot. But when I offered my services, the militia they told me that the case was closed, and that's when they threatened me with incarceration if I didn't leave the matter alone.
Interesting. Well, that does sound very suspicious.
Where is the body now?
Yeah.
They cremated it.
Yeah, they were quick.
Difficult to talk with it then. Do you usually cremate bodies around here?
It is a known practice we do, especially because of the diseases that run rampant in town.
No wonder. Okay. Where did the John live? Do you know that?
Yes, of course. Jarm was my friend. See, I don't have many friends, but Jarm, he was my friend. He didn't even get a trial. Kind of puts his face in his hands.
He didn't get a trial. How did they know it was him?
He says, well, he relays part of his investigation. You sit and you talk to Rephraim for for hours, for marks into the night, and the short version is that this killer, the ghost lantern killer, had been on the prowl for about half a year, striking intermittently and leaving these mutilated victims in very public locations so that they would be discovered at dawn. And the militia back then was inept in the efforts to track down the killer. All of these slayings was kind of pushing the styes to the brink of chaos. I mean, it's already a city falling apart. So with a ghost lantern killer loose, everything was going into anarchy. And that's when they arrested Jarm. They found him looking over the body of a victim. He was still clutching a dagger in his blood-stained hands. And but I met with him at the asylum, and he professed having no memory at all of any of the slayings.
No memory of the slayings. So he did do the slayings.
He was caught red-handed.
There are different possibilities. He could have been controlled
Yeah, there's definitely
Um,
options.
either by magic or by some kind of demon or something like that.
Yes, and
That's
to
what-
make matters worse, he kind of looks around, kind of lowers his voice. There's a young fisher named Rife who turned up dead this morning.
Oh.
And the authorities, they were quick to ship the body off to the mortuary for cremation, as if trying to cover up the event.
Yes, it's still happening.
Yeah.
So I completely agree with you. I believe that there's some kind of enchantment that controlled Jarm and that is still threatening the skies.
De holder det...
So now it's just someone else
Hold
being
on.
controlled.
So if you think it happens at night, so more or less at this time now.
Yes, but it's intermittently, or it used to be at least. It wasn't every night.
Okay, and there was last night, so it's probably not going to be this night. Then it's next night.
I hope not, but I fear that maybe they know that I'm onto them. I believe maybe I'm being watched. You know, I'm a thorn in their side.
Well, now you're talking about the militia again.
I think they're involved. I think there's a conspiracy.
Maybe they are involved, maybe they're not involved. I could imagine they're just acting out of, like, fear. They have to react, they have to show they are in control.
Well, you're free to track down and speak with Constable Jute.
Yeah.
And judge for yourself. She's the militia guard who found John crouched over his victim. She's at the district garrison, kind of gives you directions where to find the garrison.
Any other people you think could be valuable to talk with?
Maybe you should also go to the asylum, see what Jarm left behind.
Sure. Let's start with that.
I'm leaving tonight. I'm gonna spend the next few weeks somewhere else, just to make sure that they don't get me.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I will send a message, cantrip message, so it's a whisper that only the person can hear, and I will send it to. Is Nessie not? Nessie's not back. Then I will send it to Cedric. Should we let him stay on Gloria?
Oh yeah, we could have done that. We can actually offer you a safe place if you want.
What do you mean?
We have a ship lying outside of port.
You would give me a
Yes.
sanctuary. You would give me sanctuary.
Sure.
Bye-bye.
It's a safe place, and we have a trusted man aboard.
Then you need to learn how to finish stuff. You have a lot of interesting things here, but you need to finish them so you can make something of it instead of just starting stuff.
Many of them they don't actually work.
Oh, that's why you need to finish it so it works.
Get your persuasion.
Go, Jared,
Yes.
you can do it.
Nat 20.
That's really high.
Det er imponerende for Jared, det der.
Can you roll again?
With disadvantage, that's not fair.
Hey,
Respectable.
det kan han sgu da godt, det der.
He kind of
not gonna-
nods and he says, "Well, I'll take you up on your offer for sanctuary."
I think we if we can sail you out this tonight to the ship.
Yeah.
I think we go back to sleep at this ship anyway.
Yes.
I don't think we want to stay in town for the night.
Nej, det har vi ikke lyst til.
We go back to the. Should we go? What should we go?
So we'll meet. Hvad tidspunkt er det på nu?
Det er aften. Solen er gået ned. Det er efter aftensmad. Det.
Okay, so actually we want to go back to the ship very soon.
I can. That's the prison where he was. It's the
Asylum.
bar from his cells. So is
We are
that,
not at the prison yet.
There were not even windows in his cell.
so there's just an opening or just walls, no holes. I just need a tiny hole.
Hmm.
I need a hole the size of an inch.
Mm,
Han vil trylle sig derind. Det er det, han vil.
um, he says, you don't understand. You will see. Just
Well,
And the thing is, I want to see without being there.
Jared,
how? Yeah, but so you're not asking him?
Yeah, I'm asking him around. He wanted us to look at the asylum, right?
yeah, but we're not at the asylum
Well,
yet.
he's telling you. He's telling you. You're gonna have. You have to see it for yourself. You don't understand. You have to go there. You'll understand.
Can you get in? Are there holes up to an inch? I just need an inch to get in and look at everything. I saw it.
Just go speak with
Jared, I
the
think we should go to the go back to the ship now,
what's her name?
along with.
Yeah.
Also, we're not going to the asylum right now.
No, but the arcane eye is.
No, it's doesn't have the range.
Oh, it has.
Go speak with Tranter.
I can cast it 30 feet away from me, and then I can move it for an hour.
Yes. Right. Fair enough.
So I
Well-
like to cast Arcane Eye. I like to send it all the way over to the asylum and to check it out.
Yeah. So you kind of walk back. He packs up his things. You leave. You walk back to the Jolly, and as you board the Jolly, Essie and Cedric start rowing. Well, mostly Cedric. Jared kind of summons an arcane eye that floats away into the city to check out the asylum. And I think we should take our 10 minutes break here, and then we'll
Sure.
go through what the arcane eye finds.
Ja.
It's
Before we
Vi holder
take a long
lige,
rest.
der er lige 10 minutters pause, folkens.
indeed.
Så
Well,
Going
see
to
you in
set-
10 minutes then.
If we're going on for a long.
sådan der. Sig til dem. Ja, jeg skal nok sige det til dem, jo senere. Så folkens, så er vi ved at være tilbage.
Ja, det kan I lige så godt.
Det er det.
Og det kan vi også.
The arcane eye moves through the misty, dilapidated city of the skies, down an alley with a mist lit up by these old rusted lanterns, until it reaches the asylum. Well, actually, it starts by it's moving into the more expensive part of town and passes a road sign that you can read as the Lamplicker's Way. And that's when the arcane eye reaches the asylum. And the asylum either clearly was or still is an old prison. It has bare walls and barred windows. It is quite ominous, and you realize that this asylum is probably the only asylum in all of Cilia, or at least the most high security one, where they most likely place the criminally insane. So a high security kind of prison. And as you approach it, you do see signs that it's more an asylum than a prison, with a faded sign bearing the words "Welcome Home" hanging above the main entrance.
Home sweet home.
How do you want to proceed?
I would like to try to make the eye go in, find a small opening.
Can you roll an investigation check?
Yes. Oh, that's a bad. A 3. I rolled a 3. 16.
Well, your eye finds a way into the asylum and moves about, exploring the asylum for a mark.
Oh, only
There-
for now.
There are. They don't look like guards, but at the same time, they are clearly keeping the people here prisoners. But there aren't that many of them, so you get the impression that they're quite hard pressed. While you find out that there are most likely several hundred residents that these guards they keep prisoner, and they are all very crazy. I mean, they're screaming, they're hitting their heads. Imagine some of those series with you come into an asylum with the super crazy people. But as the Arcane Eye investigates, it also learns that because of this shortage of physicians, of people to run the place, of staff, then clearly the more, or rather the less troubled residents are given tasks, are called upon to oversee some of the more dangerous ones, or to oversee some of the work that needs the cleaning, for example, the cooking. Well, you don't see much cooking, but you do see cleaning in the kitchen, for example. Throughout your search, you don't find any signs of any cell that contains what you're looking for. But at the same time, you also do encounter several heavy doors with no locks and no way through. And eventually your arcane eye dissipates.
Yeah.
And you find yourselves back on Gloria. You kind of introduce Rephram to the ship. And you yourselves get some dinner and sit and talk on the deck. Eventually get a long rest and return to the skies. So I don't know if any of you wish to do anything or describe anything in the intermediate period.
Well, Anna would like to talk a little more with Reform. Yeah. We were told that his friend had some nightmares, and I would like to know more about that. Something
sure.
about big tentacles, things like that.
I mean, I never got the chance to speak with his body. I didn't learn what I wanted to. All I know is that he scrawled something in his cell.
Okay.
Horrible things.
Yes.
Don't have any more. Don't have any additional information that can help.
It's okay.
Um,
That's okay.
Over the next 2 hours, Jared will send 2 new arcane eyes into the town, trying to find places of interest and just scout the streets for what's happening. One of them will focus in this part here. And not sure if there's distance enough with the speed and everything to take the lower part, so the other one will take this part here.
All right. Roll a d6.
Yes.
Roll.
This is one of the times where 1 is good, right?
Heavens are everywhere in the skies, ranging from large public houses to holes in the wall, with 2 tables and nothing but acrid homebrewed rot gup on tap. The clientele are uniformly glum and morose. Brawls and fights are common. The best taverns in the skies would be considered dives in most cities, and its inns are no better. Visitors are advised to bring their own bedding to avoid bugs, to move the bed in front of the door to keep out burglars and unscrupulous innkeepers. Disease and infection are real concerns. Most residents suffer from some form of debilitating condition. You know, you kind of pass a homeless person who's trying to sleep under rags. And they're clearly sick from poisonous waste that is flowing right next to them. What else? Yeah, pollution is bad, and lots of urchins and orphans running around in the dead of night, clearly looking for trouble. That's the city you encounter, but no areas of note in those 2 places.
Okay. At least that can crosses things out. Did I get the impression for the time that if I send more arcane eyes, I can actually reach down and investigate this part?
Sure.
Okay. I will send a new one with a 5th level. That slot.
Sorry, and something stuck. Sure. How do I do this? I'll throw in a 6 and a 7. 6 and a 7. Look at that. Look at how big they are. So pretty. Oh, that's reduced them in size. Because you explore the area there, which is also a bit of a high end, but a little more industrial. So instead of manors, what you find are the large, at the moment closed, marketplace. That's the number 6 marketplace, and the town hall of the city as well, and it's also where the garrison is.
So the garrison and the town hall is close to each other.
Yes, and the marketplace is a open space.
Det har jeg legnet tit. Det er ikke altid legnet senere.
Almost looks like a shanty town.
Men lige nu er det også bare fordi, vi får meget beskrivelse af byen.
Town hall.
Så der er ikke så meget for os, hverken mig, Cedric eller
clearly is
Reiner
was at one point an
Jared
elegant
lige nu.
structure, but like the rest of the styles, has fallen on hard times. Still, it's clear that this is where the leadership of the city kind of runs things from. And then there's the garrison, which is a 3-story building with the district's militia, and even at night they have patrols arriving and leaving, and guards kind of changing in the dead of night. So they're still active. Apart from that, nothing of note.
Cool. Yeah, I'll let the others know what I have found out. And then it will time for bed, I guess.
Ja.
All right. So where are you going the next morning?
I think after what Jared told us, we should go to the garrison.
Yeah.
To have a chat.
Ja.
What was the name? Trantor? No, that
Constable
was
Jude.
Yeah, Constable Jude. That was the. Yeah.
Ja.
Like that.
And then an asylum afterward.
Maybe. Or maybe the town hall.
Yeah, let's take a. We will consider that after we've talked with Jude. I don't think I will use the disguise today.
Try and draw a little less attention.
Exactly.
Så kan jeg lege af for
So
Still have a Genasi kid with you though.
yeah, but she's not talking.
Well, I can just turn myself into a spider or a squirrel, like it's.
Or we could give
Whatever
you the
kind
hat
of critter
back, and then
is
you
here.
can try to look like a human.
I will not look like anything that I'm not,
Fair
except
enough.
animals.
And what do we want the hat of disguise for?
You look older.
Well, my cover like got blown, remember?
They don't know that here.
No, but I don't want to be treated like any less if they find out again.
Understandable.
Well, we're dragging
Thank
along
you,
on a
Derek.
Genasi kit. That's okay.
Oh, you're gonna give me a piggyback, right? Cedric?
Not like Jared, it's not always getting attention.
I think Cedric is a bit too busy with the city to give you a piggyback ride unless you're very tired.
Okay, then I'm gonna walk behind you and I'm gonna keep stepping in your shoes. But I'm so tired. I'm just a little
Cedric
kid.
will avoid your ability to step him in the shoes.
You can try.
Yeah,
Uncanny
He's-
dog.
he's pretty dexterous.
Well, I can
Yeah.
always turn myself into a snake and crawl down your boots.
Jared can ritual cast floating disc, and you can sit on that.
And if you do that, then Cedric is gonna pick you up and just keep you in his hand.
I want the floating disc. That seems fun.
Whee!
Uncle Cedric is no fun anymore.
And not in this city.
So what was that by low key? 3 a dwarf, 2 human, and a Nazi girl flying on a
floating
flying
disc.
disc.
Yeah. Well, then I don't have to do the deception checks at least.
Well, you make your way over to the large 3-story building.
For helvede. Vi skal ikke
And,
trække opmærksomhed, men vi
It's,
bruger
it's a
floating
garrison. It's a barracks. It's like going to the large police station in town. You know, nobody kind of stops you as you arrive.
Well, are there any guards or anything like that?
Sure, when you come inside, there's people working.
Anyone addressing us or walking in?
No.
Anyone looking like they could be asked about something?
Yeah, you could probably get someone's attention over there.
I'll try to get their attention.
Yes, what can I do for you?
We're looking for a Constable Jude.
Constable Jude is out on patrol. She kind of, well, he says she should be back in about 2 marks. If you want, you can wait over there. Points to like a bench.
Fair enough. We'll wait.
2 marks, that's 5 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
Well,
Whoa.
what would you otherwise do? Search the city for her?
Do something else. Go to the market, go to the town hall, do something else.
Then
and
I'll
meet
wait
them and
here.
come
Then
back.
you can go to the market.
Okay.
That's fine.
I want to go shopping too.
Let's see what
And
they have.
Cedric can
Hvem
get a
er
bit
der?
of peace.
You love me. I'm so cute.
Anak stays with Cedric.
Cedric and Arnek very patiently wait. Jared and Nessie, you go to the marketplace, which
Cedric
is
og Anak, de
crowded now.
har kendt en eller anden
But even
deltid,
though
så
it's
vi mener, han
crowded,
bliver
it
der. Og jeg ved ikke, hvad han
quickly
skal
dawns
lave.
on you that the goods for sale here are quite low quality and dubious origin.
I will still cast ritual detect magic to see if there's anything interesting.
No, it's you can find most items, but it's all mundane items, and the prices are not even low. The normal prices, but the quality's clearly substandard.
Healing potions is not there, right? Probably not
No.
in a place like this.
You do hear rumors about the alchemist quarters, which is the can I do like this? Alchemist quarter. Can I increase it or something?
Ja, Mira, hvad synes du om vores gruppe? Er den ikke interessant?
No,
Jeg er
we'll
et barn
come
med
to-
os.
Cannot change it. The alchemist quarters up here. That's what people will call it. which draws your attention since you're talking about healing potions.
Mm-hmm.
Det er jo sjovt, ikke? Fordi vi ikke,
Ja.
altså... Hvis vi kommer i kamp, hvilket vi ikke har været endnu, men vi
Yeah, I
har
will
ikke
walk
nogen, der
around
kan
a
gå tæt på
little and
angreb, udover måske Nessie, som
Yeah,
forvandler sig
and
til et
then
dyr, men
just
jeg ved ikke, hvilket dyr hun
look, see
forvandler sig til.
what's going on, and then I will head
Men vi
back
to
to
wizard
the
og en rogue,
garrison.
altså vi er...
Yeah, it's clearly you're clearly in the merchants' quarter. Host the industry and the mercantile efforts. There's the whole fishing industry. There's the marketplace. Numerous warehouses farther away where as soon when you get down into the more poor area. Yeah. Probably the healthiest part of the city, but that's not saying much either.
No.
So you spend the morning walking through the sties and soaking up the local culture and investigating or exploring the market. How about Nessie? Does she find anything interesting?
Probably not.
Mm.
Like, if it's so bad quality and she trusts Jared, it's like, no, don't touch that. It's like,
Jamen,
okay, but I'm gonna look.
Pas, slangen, edderkopper, egon tror jeg vist også, hun kunne blive til indtil videre, men i princippet druider kan jo blive til
No
alle dyr, de
encaged
sådan har set.
animals, exotic animals.
Og
Still.
Nessie er alligevel level 9, så hun må se en del dyr.
Just imagine
Hun forvandler
like
sig til en del ting.
swarm frogs and like some, no, they have to be colorful or dangerous.
Pirates?
Undskyld, jeg sidder bare og gaber.
Yeah.
Klæder meget.
Meanwhile, right before Jared and Nessie arrives, a guard is pointed towards the two of you, Arnak and Cedric, that you are waiting for her. She kind of invites you into an office where you can talk a little more privately.
Burde hun også godt kunne.
She says, "You've been asking for me. I'm
Yeah,
confused."
we're looking a bit around. We've heard some rumors about some murders, about a jam.
Listen, I've already given my statement.
And what was that statement?
You're gonna have to take that up with them.
With who?
Who sent you?
Well, we're sort of looking into this sort of curiosity.
Vi er bare nysgerrige.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you. Can you roll a persuasion check?
Can.
Hun har ikke en chance.
Can you
Hun
roll
har da
another
ikke...
persuasion check?
Oh, that's not fair.
Hun har ikke en chance.
That's bad roll.
Det var en dårlig rulle. Det var den dårligste.
All right. Well, Cedric is kind of plotting at this constable with Arnak. You kind of forced a little out. She clearly doesn't want to talk about this. She's clearly nervous about it. Something's gotten her kind of off the wrong foot. And as you kind of dismissed out of the office, she also gets out of the office, kind of escorting you out of the garrison. Jared and Nessie arrive. And Jared, Nessie, as you arrive, Cedric is talking to this woman, this guard. Clearly, she's still in uniform and everything. And Cedric, you kind of play on the fact that, well, you're not here to cause any trouble. You're not here to to tattle or to try and trick her or trap her in something. And you kind of use Jared and Nessie when they arrive to show that you're not. Well, you use Nessie, I would imagine, to show that you're not sent by anyone to get her in trouble. That's your 30 on persuasion. So she gives you a second chance and brings all four of you somewhere else. You kind of halfway out of the garrison, and once convinced, she kind of brings you down a side alley somewhere where you can talk a little more privately. And she says, so if you weren't sent by anyone, why the curiosity?
Well, there's someone who we talked to who sort of, she told us about this, and it sort of caught our interest, and that sort of we've been trying to poke into it, and it seems that everybody talks about someone in a very unspecific way, and everything seems to sort of just not align, which gives us this feeling that there's something afoot.
Jared sends
Why
a,
would you investigate this?
Jared sends a,
Why?
Jared
Because
sends a message to Cedric, telling him that we want to stop more murders.
we really want to have these murders stop. We've heard a bird sing about another murder after this Jarm had been killed or
You're
executed.
just doing it out of the goodness of your hearts.
Partially, we have something to win in if we can get on the good side of this city or town. But that has nothing to do with you specifically, and it's not something that will bring you in trouble or in any other way harm you.
You talk to her for a while, kind of reassuring her, and eventually she caves. And she says, I don't know. I mean, I told them the way I saw it.
What did you see? And who are they again?
Well, I remember that when I apprehended Jarm, he was very cooperative, and it kind of surprised me considering the state of his mutilated victim.
Hmm?
Um,
Hmm.
and I don't know why my superiors, they are my superiors, why they're acting this way.
And what way are they acting? Which is different from how they would normally be acting.
Undskyld folk, det var lige den ældste, eller den yngste, hun
They
skulle lige snakke med
they
mig.
close down cases very quickly for some reason. I mean, there's no real proper investigations into the events that are transpiring. There's even a lot of closed door meetings with militia commanders and one of the counselors,
What counselor?
Mr. Dory.
Something happened recently that has changed things. Are they more nervous? Are they acting really strange? Would you say they are would you say they are handling out of fear or being controlled or just strange?
Mm. I mean, I can't say, but I would probably describe it as out of fear.
That would suit very well how we've been perceiving others as well. It's
Yeah,
quite,
and I even think that I might get in trouble just telling you all of this stuff.
yeah, no worries. We won't tell anyone that you told us anything.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, even now I'm being scorned by my superiors and fellow guards for trying to explain that there's something strange going on.
Keep a low profile. Don't worry about it. We will look into it. We'll
If you
find
want
out
out,
what's
we
going
have a
on.
place you can go.
No, that's
Vi
that's
smider
okay.
alle over.
I'm not in
Smider alle over
any
på skibet.
trouble as such. I shouldn't be seen talking to you. That's all.
No worries. Take this. I hand her 2 gold pieces
No, thanks.
for your trouble, and make sure to keep safe.
Of course. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Not for now. Is there a place where we might be able to meet you, which is not the garrison?
No, it's fine. Just ask for me here at the garrison. It'll be easier and faster.
Is there a place that where you just feel unease more than normal, where you just don't want to go, or where people steer around? Some place of,
Why?
I don't know. I fear there is something dangerous afoot in the town that might be controlling stuff. But they will probably have a place where you don't want to go because you will feel uneasy and you will leave that, you will go around that place.
The whole town is uneasy.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a place that's even more
Yeah,
tower,
my dear
maybe.
friend Jared. I think we have troubled this woman enough
I'm
now.
just asking.
Yeah, I know. We've been asking her a lot.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your trouble.
She returns to the garrison. It's about
Jared.
midday now.
So something is somehow controlling the authorities, either
Yes.
by spells or by power or by fear.
Yeah, it's definitely something wrong. We haven't
And-
gotten to the bottom of it yet. That's for certain.
And I'm leaning in. I'm more leaning into something also with what Arnak said he felt when he cast the spell, the telepathic bond, that it's more sinister evil than kind of like something corrupting or something like that.
Mm.
So maybe a sort of demon, devil, or something sinister like that.
Let's not make too many conclusions before we have
No,
any evidence.
I'm not making conclusion. I'm trying to
Yeah, I know.
brainstorm.
Samtaler.
We should. I think we should check out the asylum again. There was this physician we could talk with.
Emil Tranter.
I think we should seek him out.
Don't you think we should go to the town hall? It's right there.
I have a feeling that we won't get through to a lot of people in the town hall, and also I don't think it's very good for Jude if we go directly to the town hall after talking to her.
Didn't think about that. Okay.
Off to the asylum.
Nessie, what do you think, Captain?
Is our captain here at all?
I don't know. VB,
Uh,
white back. Oh,
just issue here.
wrong back. I don't know.
Doesn't sound like she's here now.
Nope.
Anak? Any words in it?
I agree with Cedric that we should check out the asylum. Also because, as you say, if it's not corruption but it's magic, then maybe it's. Well, we heard that he made drawings of things in his cell, so maybe it can help us find out what it is.
Well, I think you gave us a good description of the asylum yesterday, Jared. So what I really want from the asylum is actually talking to the physician.
And maybe see if we can find the room, and maybe even going
I
back
want to see the room.
behind the other doors that I couldn't go into with the eye.
Definitely.
Cedric, can you draw the route that you take from the garrison, number 4, to the asylum, number 5?
It's, I have to draw.
Yes, please.
Let's go over along the town hall and then down that way, and then
The town hall is number 7.
7.
I think we should take another route.
Okay, you want to go down south?
Yeah.
Okay. Anak, I think you and me, we should always have detect magic up. So while one of us is casting ritual, the other one has it up, then we can change. So
Okay. Yep.
Well, you can't travel while casting ritual spells.
you cannot what?
You can't travel while you cast ritual spells. Ritual spells, you spend 10 minutes still.
I can't see what's beneath that 5. I think it
Oh,
might
it's
be
a
water.
bridge. No, it should be a bridge. It
Okay,
shouldn't-
fine.
No, it's a bridge.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. Otherwise, we can just sit on the floating disc.
There you go. Solution. I take turns sitting on the floating disc,
Exactly.
checking for magic,
Nice.
leaving Nessie to walk now.
Okay.
Yes. Well, you return to the place, and even in daylight, the asylum seems decrepit and ominous. You know, it still looks like a prison, and the wet, misty atmosphere, even in the daylight, it just looks run down, old, moldy, and it's almost as if you can hear the scream of the insane within. As you come passing the sign where it says, "Welcome home."
That is a bit disturbing. Well, glad
You
it's
had
not
heard-
my home.
You'd heard Jared's description of it, but
Yeah.
when you see it in person, it chills you to the bone. But it's not as prison-like as you'd expect. It is more of an asylum. So you enter and there's a foyer, and you even get to talk to some staff asking for Tranter, Emil Tranter. Emil Tranter runs the place. She has ashen gray skin. You know, she's old. She's thin. She's got a worried brow. She's quite busy. And you're led into, well, you're shown where her office, where you wait until she arrives. And as she arrives, she says, "Yes, what do you want?" She doesn't even sit down. She just stands by the opening of the door.
We're here to ask a little bit about John.
Oh, she kind of enters, closes the door, goes over to her chair, sits down. Well, yes, he was one of our patients.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, we lost him.
What kind of patient would you say he was?
Would say he was the quiet sort.
Yeah, and there's quite a lot of types here. Some seem more or less crazy, to use that word. What do you think about him?
This is an asylum. And we do get a lot of strangeness here.
Yeah.
I mean, I must say that his remorse was far more compelling and far more believable than that of any of the other troubled people I've ever worked with.
That is interesting. What did he say about his actions?
Well, he claimed innocence. But I mean, there's no reason to doubt the evidence. I mean, Jarm was found with the murder weapon in hand, standing over the victim, and didn't have an alibi.
Yeah, but
So
that's
he really committed the murder that he was arrested for.
yeah, which only makes it that more interesting that he claims innocence
They all do.
until they're found guilty.
He was found guilty.
Yeah, and when they are, there's no point in claiming innocence anymore. Especially not when you're in an asylum.
Most of them still claim innocence.
What
A lot fake remorse as well.
yeah,
But I think Jarm really was remorseful for what he did.
but isn't it strange to have real remorse if you and claim you're innocent of something at the same time?
Not with the people I work with. I mean, the way that they're detached from the reality, and I'm not talking about magic here. I mean, there's just some people who it's as if they lose their own mind and just. I'm not sure that he knew what he was doing, but he did it nonetheless. You know, the such insanity is. It's hard to understand.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it would make more sense if you saw the drawings that he did. I mean,
Oh, we would
he had like
love
a
to see
cast
them.
off lump of charcoal that he used to etch drawings.
Do you still have them here?
Yes, yes.
Oh, if we could see them, we would be most happy.
I can show you, but you
Was-
should be warned. He was the lantern ghost killer was quite notorious, so we kept him quite deep.
Was
Yeah,
he
no
in here
worries.
before he got caught?
No. No, unfortunately. Or else we might have been able to help him. But let me show you.
We follow her.
Hvor folkens?
She leads you past some of the doors that you, Jared, couldn't pass with your arcane eye, and down into the depths of the asylum. And the journey there is not pleasant. You enter parts of the asylum where you hear constant screaming and cursing from the cells, this time not imagined. The sounds combined with the overpowering stench of unwashed bodies, filth, mildew, even rotting straw from the old beds. And I'd like each of you to roll a Constitution. A Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
I have +9 now. Gotta love resilient.
So you get a level of exhaustion from the screaming and the stench.
Oh, that's bad.
Tranter eventually stops before a heavily locked door, at which she offers yet another word of caution. She says, "This wing is where the worst of our cases are kept. I beg you not to look into any of the other cells. We've given succor to many folk over the years, but those here, well, they're truly forsaken by the gods. Yeah,
Oh, we no doubt about that.
Are any of them possessed? Yeah, that's what it's called.
Our magics have not revealed any types of possession, and your detect magic does not reveal anything out of the ordinary either. She unlocks the door and reveals a long corridor with iron doors lining both walls. Each door has like a small viewing hatch that's currently latched shut, and you can hear this unnatural gurgle that churns up from the cell on your right. And then it's joined by other voices from some of the other cells. Tranter ignores the din and hurries to the far end of the hall, kind of leading you on. And here she ushers you through an open cell door. And she leads you into... she leads you into a cell with walls covered with childlike sketches, all overlapping each other in confusing waves and patterned swirls. The sketches are depictions of a tentacled creature, as you can see on the drawing here, like a squid or an octopus of some kind. There's a drawing of a city below, a little bit like the creature is devouring, and clearly the skyline of the drawing is the same as the thighs.
Do I recognize any of this, or like to investigate it? And do I recognize? Have I read or heard or heard rumors or anything of
Anak would like
what
to
this
help with
could be?
that.
Can you roll, Jared? Can you roll an investigation check?
Oh come on! I'm using
You-
I'm using a luck point on that one.
Wow.
38. Beat that.
Can you do an Arcana check as well?
Come on. Okay. Respectable.
Hvad fanden skal Anak så lave? Vi har nogen, der ruller meget bedre end
Well,
Anak
Jared
nu.
and Arnak, you look at the sketchings. They clearly, these sketches have specific elements hidden within the chaos. Clearly, the tentacle creature is devouring the styes in these drawings, and the creature seems to be drawn in such a manner that it looks like it's trapped somewhere in a deep chasm or an underwater pit, with its tentacles wrapped around humanoids who are dragged down into the inky dark. The tentacled creature appears to be shackled, as you can see on the drawing. And it seems to be held by another creature resembling some kind of vile, multi-tailed fish, which both of you recognize as an aboleth. Do you know what an aboleth is?
Nope.
I do.
Jared knows. I don't know.
I do. Cedric doesn't.
Nu må jeg lige tage den herover. Så kan.
Does sound like a solution on this trouble, though.
Yes, it
Oh,
does.
that's nasty.
So, an aboleth, Arnak and Jared know them. They're like fish-like amphibians. They are very big. They count as large creatures. They count as aberrations, alien-like amphibians. I believe I even have an image I can share with you here. If I do like this, player journal, all
Abalat, hvordan
players,
ser den ud?
save, show. So they have long tentacles. They've got heads triangular in shape with a
Så det er
kind of
en
a
sød
spherical beak-like nose
Den ser da
with 3
sød
eyes
ud.
on top of each other. Yeah, they are the psionic in powers in origin.
Do you describe it for Cedric?
I think
Yeah.
the two of them are discussing it between each other and
Yeah.
kind of helping each other decipher the drawings. So Cedric and Nessie kind of overhear what they're talking about.
So
Cedric does not seem very fond of the idea of that creature.
So there might be some kind of kraken or something like that underneath. Is there kraken? We think the big,
The trapped one?
yeah, or is it just a giant octopus?
Sure. Well, a giant octopus large enough to swallow a city, you would probably classify as a kraken. Yes.
So there might be a kraken
Somewhere.
underneath the
Yeah.
town that is captured by an aboleth.
But why hasn't it devoured the town yet then?
Yeah. And is it is it friendly or yeah?
An aboleth is not friendly.
And the
No,
drawings
but
do
is a
depict
kraken
that
friendly?
So the kraken is depicted as eating, swallowing, destroying the stars.
The aboleth is
The aboleth seems to be the one having captured the.
yeah. So the aboleth is actually the one controlling the kraken and making that dividing the stacks.
The aboleth may even also be the one with the psionic powers that are imitating from in town. But you're probably too far away from it, which is why your detect magic doesn't
Yeah.
do it.
So if people on top they know this, they fear the panic that this can cause.
Nobody's mentioned anything about kraken or being eaten or. I mean, the
Why-
only thing you've heard is that there were unsettling
Mm.
alien-like images in his cell, which is the cell of a madman. You don't think the average person in the size?
No. But
Understand
we're talking about that the top one are not investigating things out. They are
That's-
afraid of something.
That's counselors. One or more of the counselors could be involved in a plot to ensure order by not letting this kind of information seep out.
Maybe we should just go talk to them and say we know.
Has anyone
Looking at-
visited him while he was here? Besides from
There was his friend who tried to visit, but he
Yeah.
was denied.
anybody else?
Well, malicious orders said that there was only one person permitted to visit Charms while he was incarcerated. That was the counselor, Mr. Dory. His presence was unsettling, also odd, but
Did
unsettling.
Did he visit him many times or only once? Or?
Only once.
Only once.
Interesting.
Yeah, and we can't find out why, because as soon as John was executed, he was cremated. His ashes were dumped in the receding tide. So unfortunately, it's not possible to use magics to speak with his dead body and find out what Mr. Dory wanted.
What do you know about Mr. Dory? Der er så mange informationer som muligt. Jeg har en idé.
Mr. Dory is one of the counselors, part of the leadership here in the Styes. Not that one. Not that one. This one. So the Styes is ruled by a group of 4 officials called the Council. This is Mr. Dory. Oh. There's Rashleen. So there's Mr. Dory. There's Rashleen. And there's Lyris and Thornwall. Mr. Dory is a long-time resident of the Styes. He's a wealthy warehouse owner. But unfortunately, he has a tragic skin condition, which requires him to take regular baths for relief.
Do you know where he has the warehouses?
Yes, of course. The Trantor gives you directions to one of Miss Dory's warehouses. I'll plot it on the map.
Thank you.
One of the things that is troubling me with all this, there's a kraken underneath town. Why have it not already devoured all of the town? Why is the Abalot doing this? And why is it then controlling this poor guy and making him going around killing?
Why does evil do what evil does?
Yeah, but there still needs to be a little more. There is still
mange spørgsmål, vi skal have
some
svaret på
puzzles
her,
in
folkens.
this that we are missing.
Probably.
There
think
needs
we
to be
need-
there needs to be more in it than this.
I think we need to talk with Mr. Dory.
Do you think?
And
I'm not
really
sure that
want to get out of here now.
I don't think this the Abalot is the main. There's something controlling that maybe, or making it do what this does.
I don't feel so well here.
Yeah, you look a little.
Look a little pale.
Yeah. I'd like to get out, please.
Trantor leads you out of the place and out into fresh air and the light. And as you come out, the Styes is a beautiful place. It's fresh. And by spending just 10 minutes out in the fresh air and in the sunlight, your exhaustion goes away.
Nice.
That's how horrible that place is, because the rest of you still see the decrepit, mossy, rotten city that's slowly
det er ikke så
sinking into the
slemt.
sea.
It's still better than down there.
Yes.
Yeah,
I tried worse.
I thought I did.
Um,
I think I would prefer sleeping in a graveyard than going down there again.
Afternoon.
have we been in town for 8 hours now?
6.
6. Okay. I just needed to know if I had to recast Jenna's mage armor.
Well, I'll let you know when the spell expires.
Let's go to Mr. Dory.
Yeah, but we learned one of his warehouses. Should we investigate that one first?
We could do that first. But I think we should do that after
But
dark.
I
then.
would like to talk with Mr. Dory as well today.
But do we want to talk to Mr. Dory before we know what he has in the warehouse? We might find things that we could use in the talk.
Or maybe we'll end up talking, saying things that we shouldn't know, and then suddenly he becomes suspicious.
It's up to you. You are better than me.
I don't think we should do any breaking and entering before nightfall.
We could do it with the arcane eye.
Oh, that would actually be smart.
Not open stuff, but we could look.
Yeah, just have a look
You
around.
can find a dark alley and take a short rest while Jared uses Arcane Eye.
Yeah,
which
I
Jared
think we
does
should do
better
that.
than
Yeah.
the rest of you do.
I'll do
That's
that.
a good idea.
I cast arcane eye.
You hide somewhere in one of the alleys. What do I know? Some like
How close are we to the warehouse?
you
You
can
can see that on
measure
the map.
with du kan måle med linealen.
We're at
300 feet. 300 meters. Give and take.
900 feet.
a little bit closer, and I could set the cat in.
I think we should start with the arcane eye.
Yeah.
Then we can always decide whether we want to do more
That's
than
fine
that.
by me. So Jared has a focus that is at least 1,000 gold worth.
Fair enough. I think you two should decide on that. I'm not the right one to ask, but
No, I would just like to know if he has one.
the spell
I have
questions.
A focus.
Of course, there was something like a crystal ball or silver mirror or something like that.
He wants to cast Scrying, I think.
Yeah.
I will believe Sararama is a way more than worth way more than 1,000 gold, but you're not gonna get that one to do it. Or it'd have to be either a crystal ball, a silver mirror, or a font filled with holy water. I don't
You know,
have-
the idea doesn't necessarily have to be one of those three things, but you know, it's an object of great worth that you can use as a scrying tool.
Yeah,
Or a pot of
Sararama is not a scrying tools, and that's the only thing I have worth that much. Then the market didn't have, maybe in the alchemist part.
When you explored it, you didn't find any marketplaces as such. Not
I'm
even-
talking about the 6, the marketplace that they didn't have anything that was worth
Talk
that.
about the Alchemist Quarter.
So the alchemist quarter was up here with the 8.
Its once fine temples and universities have long been dismantled for construction materials or converted into dim, smoky factories and noxious laboratories owned by shady alchemists. With no regulation to speak of, alchemists are free to conduct whatever dangerous experiments they like and to cut corners on safety and quality. Iron chimneys belch smoke and foul vapors into the air, while liquid and solid waste are dumped into the water around the quarter. Therefore, a large part of this area has become so clogged and befouled with refuse that the water now moves only along shallow, sluggish channels that snake through the reeking expanse of mud. Still, it's common to see desperate scavengers wallowing in the filth, scrounging for anything of value that a distracted alchemist might have carelessly tossed out with the trash. Such a nice place, the stars.
Mm-hmm.
Vi har ikke været...
You send your
Mike, velkommen til.
arcane eye out
Yes.
Håber du
to
har det godt.
the across one of
Savner du ikke det
these
her?
muddy pools over to a 3-story stone building, a large warehouse roofed in slate and dotted with iron-barred windows. You can see that the walls and roof appear to be coated with some kind of bituminous
Håber, du har det godt,
glue.
Mike. Håber, du har haft en god jul og et godt
And there's
nytår.
an accumulation of pollution that belches from nearby alchemist workshops. From the gray-green pit of mud that the arcane eye flies over, you see a huge rickety crane in front of the warehouse that kind of protrudes from the far wall. And its limbs are rusted, bent, but it's holding the dripping hulk of a ship, about 20 meters above the greasy mud. And it's bustling with workers
Jeg håber, han kan
who
høre
are loading and unloading large
mig. Han kan godt.
freight wagons with 6 wheels. But the crane is being left alone. That one seems like it's been abandoned, and some kind of old relic from the past.
Det er godt, Mike. Det er godt at høre.
There's a very active.
Jeg spiller kun i den her, jeg har ikke
warehouse.
tid til andet.
Yes.
Yeah, I will send it in to the warehouse to search if there's an office building in there, if there's anything that can be seen that. Otherwise, just check whatever you can see if there are any opening into crates or open crates, or get an idea of what there is.
Well, the interior of the warehouse is piled high with crates, boxes, and packages. Most of them are, marked with some kind of personal symbol, probably belonging to an alchemist. Others are marked with fragile or handled with. There's a mechanical lift that stands along one of the walls. There's spiral staircases that lead up to like a catwalk above. Workers moving in and out, moving crates. It's clearly being used as a storage for some people who rent the space, and then once whoever needs to come pick it up arrive, then it's rented out to someone new. And therefore, you also easily find a walled-off part of the warehouse, which clearly serves as some kind of office, but it's currently closed. Well, the door's closed.
Yeah. No way in, I believe.
How much space do you need?
An inch.
En inch.
And others
Skal bare have en
can
inch, så kan han
not
komme
see
ind.
the eye because it's invisible. All right. Sure, you can make your way into the office. It's a business office containing filing cabinets, work desk, large table. There's even 2 rickety bunk beds. And there's a woman, frustrated woman sitting at the desk, working on the whole logistics. Somebody kind of knocks on the door. She goes, "What?" They
cannot hear. I cannot hear.
Okay.
I only see the gesture.
Well, it's very clear that she says first. Then he kind of explains something. You see, she gets really annoyed, gets up, and kind of leaves the office with the guy.
Yeah.
Really very busy.
Just scan the papers on the desk if there's anything in interest, or giving an idea of what they're hauling, what they're doing, and any suspicious stuff.
Does not seem to be anything suspicious as such. You can do an investigation.
Yeah.
But doesn't seem like there's anything suspicious. 18 is pretty good. I mean, it all seems very legitimate. It does seem like some kind of a warehouse, a logistics office that rent out the space and that to handle pickups and freight. And it is a harbor town, so it's not unheard of. Quite common.
No.
But most of it is for alchemists who work in the city and who export their goods.
He might be earning legitimate money. That's a good thing.
Nothing suspicious.
Okay.
Everything. All the paperwork suggests that the warehouse and its activities are perfectly legitimate.
I will let the others know.
Det er fuldt ud lovligt, alt sammen.
And I will let it hang around until it expire.
Sure.
See what it can find. See if there's the workers drops a crate. See what's in it or something like that. Otherwise, yeah, That's
Oh,
it.
they actually do handle the crates with care. They seem to have experience working with goods from alchemists. So they're not amateurs either. They know what they're doing, but there's still poor workers working in a old warehouse in a sinking city.
They are filling ships that are anchored outside of the warehouse.
No,
Oh,
no. The ship seems the ship outside hangs in the crane
oh,
above the muddy,
yeah.
and it seems abandoned.
Okay.
They are putting they're loading and unloading the crates from these large wagons that have 6 wheels.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. There's nothing. There's no water in there. It's mud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So the reason why there's mud on that side is probably because of all of this alchemist.
Yes,
So that is
all of
the
the
alchemist
pollution.
part. That's the reason why it's mud instead of water.
Yes.
Ah, now I get it. I'm slow. Sorry.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good to make it very clear. Then I've described it correctly. That's great.
Okay. I think let's go and talk to Mr. Dory.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cedric, can you draw a path?
Yes, I can.
It's all right. There you go. Just move the whole map.
We actually just backtracking.
Yes. We could go up. You don't have to go all the way back. You can go up to 7.
Like this.
Yes, exactly. Before we enter the town hall,
Mhm.
I will cast enchant ability on Cedric only. There's no need to on higher. No, just on Cedric, and that will be charisma check. But what is that called? Is that the eagle?
Yeah, that's
Clever.
Eagle Splendor.
Ja. Okay, jeg er live nu. Hvorfor får jeg at vide, at jeg er live nu? Har jeg
Ja,
mistet
Eagle Splendor,
forbindelsen
det tager
også?
hans advantage. Ja, Eagle Splendor.
So advantage on charisma checks.
Yes,
Hvad er
Nice.
sket med...
We like that.
that's the best I can do.
Er vi stadig live?
Right.
I took it
really
instead
good.
of major image this day.
Så...
Well, you arrive to this once elegant structure, which is the traditional seat of the council in the skies. And there's not really that many people coming and going. And when you come in, it's like walking into a stuffy,
for
old,
søren.
quiet office. Really boring. People, clerks moving about slowly and quietly. And you get their attention. There's a small staff of clerks, and you quickly discover that apparently the counselors don't really come here. They hold meetings once, maybe twice a month. But apart from that, they just spend their time running their own businesses around town. And most of the rooms in the structure seems to actually have been unused for several decades.
Damn it.
Okay. I ask them if they know where we can find Mr. Dory.
They direct you to his warehouse. They tell you that he lives in the old abandoned wreck of a ship that he's hung up in the crane.
Jeg har lige været derhen og let efter.
Strange.
Vi skulle have taget bare
It's
gået
one of
derhen.
the larger residences in town, having a whole ship as your home.
Maybe even one of the more sturdy ones.
That as well. Well, they don't laugh. They do. Oh, yes.
Well, I guess we're going to his warehouse then.
Vi tager ind til varehuset. Det er fint.
Cedric starts walking out of the town hall,
We don't want
looking
to
at
talk.
the others.
We don't want to talk to any of the others.
These clerks doesn't seem like to do anything.
Aslan, Silris, Tornwall.
And none of them are here.
None of them are here. They direct you to 2 seconds. Rashleen lives in one of the many rundown manors in the High Quarter. But don't advise going there. I believe it's this one. Yes, it's called Obertel. Rashleen, and all right, scroll down again.
Why are you not recommending that?
Numbers, hvad har vi? 8. Hvis det hedder 9-10 først. De 2, de er nemme nemlig.
De er nemme.
Very large.
Meget store.
Ja. So we'll do
De har nogle store
this one
huse,
here is Rashleen's Manor. Don't recommend going there because she likes her privacy. She has a number of golems and other horrible monsters as guards, making sure that nobody bothers her.
Ja, okay.
She's not very hospitable.
Vi skal holde os væk derfra, siger
The other one
det må
I
vi så gøre.
looked up, and the last one I also need to look up. Don't remember them by heart. That's Rashleen's Manor. And the other one's Thornwell Tower. Thornwell lives in the tallest structure in the skies, a pinnacle of black and red. You've seen it. And
Tak for sub. Men
Oh,
hvorfor
well.
den kom den?
You're in the town,
Mike,
so they
tak
just direct you
for
to Thornwell Tower, the black and red marble structure, the tallest structure in town. That's where Thornwell lives. The last one, Sylvan.
For Mike, tusind tak for de 10 subs, eller abonnementer, det sætter jeg virkelig stor
It's
pris
just
på.
not important enough to even have
Tusind
a
tak.
residence. Lyris,
Ja, men for helvede, Mike.
Lyris isn't important enough to even have a residence on the map.
Jeg vil så gerne. Jeg bliver nødt til at afbryde ham, jeg vil sige det, men... Mike, tusind tak for så. Endnu en gang. Jeg bliver nødt til lige at afbryde 2 sekunder. I skal lige gøre mig en tjeneste. I skal lige sige tak til Mike the Numbers, fordi han er subbet til min Twitch-kanal, og så har han også givet 10 subs ud. Det vil sige, at der er 10, der nu ligesom har fået abonnement på min kanal. Så jeg må godt lige sige tak til ham.
Tak, Mike. Mike the Numbers.
Og Mike har vi spillet sammen med før, mig og Jussi.
Lækker.
Jamen tak, og velkommen tilbage, Mike.
Mike, tusind tak. Det sætter jeg stor pris. 10 subs for
But yeah, the
fanden,
clerks
mand.
also kind of points out that none of the counselors are interested in visiting and people bothering them.
Mike, det virker ikke til D&D endnu, men jeg har Dixper. Og derinde, der kan du få kort, så når jeg spiller Minecraft, som jeg gør en gang imellem, så kan du faktisk få 2 kasser med kort, som du kan spille mod mig, mens jeg spiller Minecraft. Der kommer også til Dungeons and Dragons, som de er ikke færdige nu.
Do going and checking up on some golems to find out how she makes them interest anyone else? Just
no.
Just me then.
I don't think that's part of what we need to do right now.
Jeg tror, den virker. Nu skal vi se her.
Might be where the tome is.
Ja, den er der. Så kan du gå derind, og så er der sådan en, der hedder subscribe eller andet. Der kan du se, hvilket kort du kan få. Du kan ikke spille, eller...
Yeah, maybe.
Nej, du kan ikke spille kortet nu, for jeg har ikke sat den til.
Not.
Så nu skal jeg lige...
I think we should look into Dory to start with.
11 subs.
Then we can take the others afterwards.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah, Cornwall is closer.
Maybe, but it still Dory, who has most to do with
Yeah. Dory,
the current events.
Yeah, I agree. Dory was the one who visited him in the asylum, so...
Well, let's take the boat over to the other side so we don't have to walk.
Sure.
We are
Yep.
just at the boat anyway. Might as well.
Can you plot in, Jared?
Yes.
De er så gode til at
You
plotte
are
ind.
such a good navigator.
De kan finde rundt. Det kan jeg ikke. Jeg kan ikke finde rundt i byen endnu. Jeg er faktisk stadig vild.
And you can't sail in the mud.
No, no.
Jo, vi kan godt sejle i mudder.
Something like that.
Kan vi ikke prøve?
Ja.
Kan
Just
vi det?
not going in through the buildings, but you get the idea.
Åh.
Yeah.
Jeg skal se, hvem var der fix op. Det var...
Hvad siger du?
Det var herr Møjsen, Cycro, Downborn, Linnea, Fætter Viking,
It's black.
Fjolledok,
Ja.
Baldwick, Panda, Skriver og Miver.
Right,
Det bliver de sikkert glade for, det er jeg sikker på.
Oh, paddle map.
Do.
Battlemap. Nej, hvad nu? Hvad har vi nu gjort? Hvorfor?
Is it still black?
I
Great.
hate myself.
Nope, I can see something.
There is a new feature in Roll20. First of all, there's lots of boxes everywhere, which also blocks sight throughout the warehouse. But there's a new feature
Jeg skal lige have min kat med ind.
that don't do that. That should allow you to open doors without me having to do anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It works.
Så vi kan jo selv åbne
So you
døren
get
nu,
to
det er
the
fedt.
warehouse and there's 100 people moving around, kind of moving boxes and things like that, and then kind of ignore you as you arrive. You know, they're busy working.
Ja, nu prøver jeg...
I tried to find one and ask about Mr. Dory.
Jeg kan ikke trække min kat ud. Jeg vil gerne have min kat ud. Nå.
What does it say? It says, during the day, the warehouse bustles with workers who load and unload large six-wheeled freight wagons.
Ja.
Dory rents
Vi var
space
før, men...
in the warehouse to merchants and alchemists, many of whom use it as a staging area for shipments. Blah 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 blah, and all of that kind of boring. They kind of directly they go like, I don't know. I just work here. Take it with the manager. She's in the office.
We go to the office.
Is this the door here?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You should be able to open it and
So no.
even close it once you're inside. That's so cool. Nice new feature.
Oh.
Yes.
It
But
is actually pretty nice.
But everything is completely black when I don't see it anymore. That's a little annoying. Instead of that,
It's
Fog of
because
War.
it's the fog of war in settings.
that one.
Ja.
I've set it. I've put it on. Does that help?
Now it remains visible
Yes.
afterwards.
Alt er synligt.
That's a lot better.
Stadigvæk. Det er fint.
Great.
Vi kan se noget.
Well, you get into the business office, just like the arcane eye had seen, and finds the manager, which the arcane eye also recognizes. And she's so frustrated. And she goes, "What?
We need to talk to Mr. Dory.
I can put in a request for his consideration, but he's busy, so it may take several days."
I'm sure that he would have time for us very soon.
Well, I don't really have time for you. I'll forward your notice, and then we'll let
I'm so sure you can help us right now, and I'm trying to use my charming ability.
Charmere os ind på damerne. Det er godt. Vi har Cedric med. Det er det, han kan finde ud af.
Um,
He kind of sighs. She gets up and kind of walks over to you, puts a hand on your shoulder, looks at you, says, "He's very, very busy, and I strongly advise against meeting with him." And she kind of passively moves out into the warehouse. She said it with love, you know.
It is very, very important. Otherwise, the city will fall.
I have a feeling that he's not the type of person to talk a lot. Well, she let us out of the room, I assume. It sounded like.
Yeah, she leaves. She goes out to do something that she has to take care of.
Okay. I don't think we will get to talk to Mr. Dory. I think we need to spy on Mr. Dory.
You can always get to talk to him. Maybe not in the best circumstances.
I know there's a lot of crates, but you can still see the spiral staircases leading up to the
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
to the
There's
catwalk, and it's there in the corner. There's one in the top right corner of the map and one in the bottom left corner of the map.
I
There's
take a
people all
little
over.
walk around here just to sort of get familiar with the.
Get out of the place! You're in the way. Move it! Get those crates! Make some space over
De
there.
vil gas, vi smutter.
No,
Nej,
not
vi
those crates. Those are for the other one, the other shipment. Busy.
People are very busy here.
Das was...
So if I
That's
sort
how-
of pull up my my cloak and walk up the spiral stairs, nobody actually notice me.
You can do a stealth with advantage. If you want, you can do a group stealth.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm-
if I have the hood up on my cloak, they have disadvantage as well on perceiving me.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying. Not very good at it, but I'm trying.
So you can do it with advantage.
Oh.
Group stealth with advantage.
Vi må snige os.
Ah!
Altså, jeg har stadig minus
26.
1.
30.
Hvad fanden er jeg skrevet? En...
Neck.
Ja,
Neck.
one second. Stealth, det var den.
With advantage, so that's normal for you.
And nice.
Ja.
Very nice.
26,
Det er fandme
30, and
godt. Jeg render
24.
rundt i
So even if
Anakin Wizard,
you completely disappear,
men
you're
han render
almost
rundt
magically
han render rundt
invisible
med chain.
as you make your way up.
Han har sådan chain armor, så jeg er så dårlig til at snige mig.
no stealth in my life.
You walk with Cedric. You're just imitating him.
The upper walkway is the highest level of the warehouse. Well, almost. There's a
Ja, det er
loft
for
as
godt,
well.
det her.
But it's the highest level. Above you is just the roof, the ceiling, the loft of the building itself. There's a door made of iron.
Any guards here?
There's not really anybody up here now.
Ah, that's lovely. Get to the door. Let's investigate the door.
Does our detect magic detect anything?
No.
Skal lige vejen ud om den der.
Yeah, I would like to
Okay.
investigate the door.
Yeah.
It's a locked iron door.
I will
could
try
Jeg vil
probably-
gerne have min...
Lock.
Go for it, Cedric.
Det er min kat, er det der? Nej. Det er da ikke min kat. Hvad? Ja, min kat er væk. Jeg kalder den ikke Artemis.
Why
Nej,
is
det er ikke min kat.
Road.
24. Wow.
There we go.
All right.
Plus 9. Casually.
Boom.
Sådan
There
der.
you go.
Vi låser op, vi
pick
sniger
the
til, vi
lock.
stjæler ting sådan.
And you see that it leads out onto the platform that holds the crane, which holds the ship.
Ah,
It's
so
a
nice.
narrow, rotting walkway with missing boards, no railing surrounding the rusting bulk of this ancient crane. There's the hull of the ship that dangles from the crane's arm, about 20 meters above the broad
Jeg
mud
skal med
pool
ud.
below. There's a wooden trough over here, as you can see.
Yeah.
That connects to the ship, and that connects the ship to a nearby
Jeg
water
håber også,
tower.
I kan se det, folkens.
And then there's this crude bridge that suspends between the crane and the ship's deck, but it doesn't look too safe. It looks more like a treacherous climb.
How far is that over?
Well, there's a steam that rises from the hulk,
Yeah.
and rivulets of water that spills out from between the planks in the hull and rains down into the mud below.
12 fod, det kan vi da hoppe over. Kan vi ikke hoppe over?
And
Kan dværge hoppe? Det er spørgsmålet.
I think I should take the first, walk over to the ship.
I think actually it's better that I do it.
Why?
Because if I fall, I can magically change it. You can't. If you fall, you fall.
But I don't fall.
Fair enough. Go for it.
right,
Just do it. Det er over.
I'll try to
Jeg kan
cross
kaste
the,
fly, Mike, hvis det er. Jeg har en fly spell, og jeg kan også andre ting.
so if you stop moving, so you move onto the platform and quickly move around the crane without paying too much attention to the crane. You quickly discuss how to cross the bridge, and Cedric, you cross it, and Jared is about to cross it when you notice these creatures, these humanoid creatures that look
The
like
hell is that?
this.
Hvordan siger jeg for helvede, mand?
Let's
Selvfølgelig
just
sker
do
der
it
så noget
now.
nu, ikke?
Let's just kill them. I don't want to wait a week for it to kill them. Scum.
3 of these gooey looking fish-like
Jeg tror
tentacle
ikke, de kan lide ild. Jeg har
humanoid creatures that look like they were once people but are clearly not anymore kind of come forth from the crane, which you ignored, and moves towards you to stop you. These are guardians, and we'll start with combat next session.
Ja, fordi vi skal lige have Nessie med tilbage. Nå.
Well,
Næste gang, folk, så starter vi med kamp, så bliver det super godt.
Thanks.
Today's session.
Sådan er det.
session. Yes.
Dagens session, det var super. Så folkens, tusind tak fordi I så med. Det var smadret hyggeligt. Vi spiller videre igen på onsdag. Vi ses. Hej.